What's going on, everybody? Everybody hear me all right? I'm still trying to sort out the chat part. I'm not seeing the chat. How do I see the chat for? There we are. There's Cliff. What's up? I don't know. There we go. What's up, Pete? There's Tony, Sean. Hope everybody's all right. We got a little different setup right here. We can see what's going on the work table. What's up, Jim? Hope everybody's all right. I got my laptop right here, down below, right there. So you'll see me looking down. I'm looking at the laptop. It's the only way I could sort this out to get going on. But I hope everybody's all right. I hope everybody can hear me. Got earbuds in. Trying to cut down on the banging sound whenever I'm tooling. But yeah, hope everybody's all right. What's up, Trevor? Got a few things we might work on today. We'll just see how it goes. I've got a blank slip that we're going to work on right there. This is actually for Jersey Knife Guy Pete. Actually saved it, but I've got a few others here. This one is actually I don't know if y'all can see that or not. This is actually not for this. This one could be for sale if anybody's interested. It's got the skull stamp here, and then this new basket weave stamp that I've got. I don't know how to. I'm still working on the camera settings and stuff. Uh, there's some echo. I've got there should just be the one microphone, so if there's an echo, I'm not sure. So anyway, this is let's see if I can get this light. I've got my light kind of set off to the side because I was finding out with it over the top, it was glaring off of my granite. So trying to, it's not really picking up, I don't guess, but this is that skull stamp. I don't know how, I'm gonna have to fool with it some more um, for the focus and stuff. And then this is an order. This is a custom order from a guy that has a page on Facebook, Pawpaw's Knife Shop. He's got Pawpaw's Knife Shop, so got that one. And then this one is for a really good friend of mine in Scotland. This one's going to be the Scottish flag, so it'll be white with the blue background. I'm still deciding on if I want to kind of tool this to give it some dimension or not, but it's got something new I've tried out. It's going to have a border around it that's actually embossed and stuff, and it's just got a little basket stamp on the back and then some border stuff. So, but for right now, I say let's get started on tooling. We're going to get this laid out for Pete, Jersey Knife Guy. So what I'm going to do is this will kind of be off screen. James Thompson. Yeah, James Thompson. So I'm just going to spray this. Off screen and get it good and saturated. And then we'll kind of let it, it's called casing, where the leather will actually dry. And then that's how you're able to tool it and it burnishes everything. So Let's see here. Yeah, see if I can do that too. Ah, Tony, got you on that one. Who all's in here? Barlow Brigade, what's up, Big Jim? Hope you're doing all right, brother. What's the temperature? Oh, New Jersey. Talking to Pete. Let's get a few things down here. Got my wind divider. I'm gonna need my square to lay all this out. So what I've been doing on my borders is pretty much 1/4 inch or just a hair more on my border. But before that, what we'll do is we'll kind of lay out the bottom piece right here, because it'll go around and then it'll have a piece that cuts over. So it kind of lays out to 3 3/4 from the top. Is about where that is. And then what we'll do is we'll take our straight edge, just run it across there like that, and then that gives us our bottom straight edge. Then we just go around the top or the side. We're still a little wet to tool, so which is fine. But I can lay everything out. Make sure we're in view. Anybody got any crazy New Year's resolutions or stuff you want to accomplish for the new year for 2026? Let's check over here. What's up, James Thompson? There's my boy James, all the way from Scotland. James, I'm actually gonna hold on a minute. I'll show it again. I got your slip tooled up, and may work on it tonight. Depends on how far we get with this and how the masses are feeling. This is just the first one. Just getting my feet wet again on doing lives. Been a while, and I like this new setup. You can see the workbench instead of it having some crazy angle that you're having to kind of look around, or I'm having to show you stuff or all that. So there's our framed out section. So one's the front, one's the back. And then actually, while it's really wet or more damp than normal, I've been liking to do my stamp. I've got an arbor press picked up over the break, and while the leather's a little too damp for tooling, I like to do my stamp because the stamp gets a better impression. So all I'm going to do is just get it centered up, then lay it underneath my arbor press. This is just a little 1/2 ton. It's actually a chain breaker, but it's perfect for this. Now, I'm not hitting the hell out of it with my big maul and making all sorts of racket and all that. So you see that gives a pretty good impression. Let's see here. Let's see if you can see it better right there. So it's a nice deep impression on that. I'm actually gonna expand my workbench a little bit just for that. I'm gonna do an L over here. My cutting area is kind of where the computer's sitting right now. I'm gonna do a little L shape and make another work area, and I'm gonna permanently mount that um, that Arbor press because I use it for like my let's see here, these stamps, these 1 inch letter stamps. It gives a good even impression. This makes it easier. Oh, James, since you're in here, brother, that's gonna be your slip when it's all dyed up. Put your Scottish flag right there, little back piece right there. I don't know if I want a tool in here inside the white cross or not to give it a little distress or anything. Um, I don't know. I'm gonna kind of think about it a little bit more. But let's get back in here to the chat. Mikey Newman in the house. What's going on, Mikey? Brother Pete's here. What's up, Big Pete? So Pete wants the new skull stamps that I've got. I've got 2 of them. CCA's still in here. Pete, you can choose which one you want because there's 2 of them. I don't know if you noticed in the picture. So this one is kind of a straight on look. No, I'm gonna have to work on the focus part of it. There's a straight on look, and then this one's kind of a like it's looking off to the side a little bit. But on the slip that you said that you wanted the same look of, I've actually got it in my pocket. This one's the straight on skull. So, oh, and while we're looking at, let's look at some nods here. This is that skull slip that I did. I did 2. One of them's already sold. This is the other one I got. I guess I'm just gonna keep it. Dave's here. What's up, Dave? So in here is chestnut bone. This is a 32 pattern Stockman. I think it's a chestnut bone. Yeah, 63V032, and this one is in CV steel. Coveted knife, coveted steel. Not that I'm a steel snob or anything, but I do like my CV and um my carbon steel. So the slip's about 2¼ inches. So I'm gonna set my wing divider up so I can center the stamp at 1.8. Actually, I need to do this side. I'm just setting my wing divider up, and then I'll do just a little test, see how we're seeing even set up that way. It's not completely in the middle, which is fine. It'll be close enough. I'll go ahead and do one here as well. That way I can get my border stamp. So just got a very slight line there. I think we'll do the 3/4, that one that's looking 3/4 away. So, and then got a couple of new stamps I picked up over the weekend. Getting ahead of myself. I need to cut these borders in. Let's do the big one. I need that one too. Big one. Picked up some vintage swivel knives. The guy that I bought them from said that they were locked up and they were just rusted. So they're still stiff, but they spin. This one's got a really thick blade in it, so I like doing it on my these borders because it gives a good wide impression, and then it's easy to go back in and bevel them the way I've been beveling my stuff here recently. So that's just cutting it in. Then what I've been doing, I picked this little tool up. Oh God, it's been a month or so. So it's a beveler like these bevelers, but you don't hit it, which has been nice because it's sped some stuff in it, and it's got like a curve. I guess it'd be like that, and then this part here would go down into the cut, and then it kind of rounds the rest of the leather over, and you just drag it through. See here, just kind of drag it through, and it leaves a really nice, clean impression. And then when I come back and dye all this, it makes it easier to dye. How are we seeing? Still see good? So I was out here fooling with this earlier, getting everything set up, so I wasn't trying to do it on the during the live, and I'm not very technologically inclined, so it took me, God, 30, 45 minutes. Got the camera set up, was fooling with all the like the volumes and stuff, and they're still a little damp, but I think it'll be all right. Go ahead and cut this other side in. I wanted to have a cheeky whiskey, Dave said. What does Tony look like? I wonder how I get that off. Odd. Bam. Look at this little setup. Love it. Oh, yeah. What's up, Travis? Yeah, man. Something new. This is the first time out with the new setup. I purchased a $15 webcam to set up over the bench, and it's running off of the laptop. And then because it's running off the laptop, I've got my phone right here and another mount hanging off. So I'm not looking. I can still kind of see me while I'm talking to you. Would have been nice to be able to just use this camera and then the camera on the laptop at the same time, but I couldn't figure it out. I don't know if it's because of I'm using the free version of this or what. So we're going to do this little border stamp real quick. The reason I'm going to do it like this is because I need to get my spacing out on my stamp. And what I'll do is I'll get it real close to the top and then just kind of work it down. And then we'll see how it lands down on the bottom. So I need to scoot it down just a little bit because I want my skulls to lay out even from top to bottom. They'll even out side to side, no problem. But there, now we're on it. So, and then this impression gives that skull like a sunburst. And then the little dots make it easier to line it up. What's up, Lofty? What are y'all talking about? Come back and see me in May. Music. Oh, now we're talking about something else. I have figured out you got to kind of rock this to get a good deep impression on the corners. So, and then the stamps have the little tips, and you just line it up with the previous one. And on we go. This would actually make a really cool belt. Pete had actually mentioned to me in talking a couple of days ago that he's wanting a belt, and a Harley Davidson belt at that. And I think a skull, uh, run this the length of the belt would be really cool. There she goes. And the cool thing about these stamps is you can invert them. And this one's square, so you can run it any way you wanted. On the I think the stock one, the next one I do that I'm just going to do, I think I'm going to run it like this middle row will be upright, and then these next rows will be upside down. So they're kind of wonky. Oh, the watch. Oh, this ain't nothing special, James. This is a Casio AMW 320R, and this is an early one. You see if it's a better shot over here. So it's got the digital readout and then an analog. This is a hard one to find. I picked this one up odd years ago when I was in watches. My dad had gifted me the blackface version of this one for Christmas, and I loved it so much I started hunting them down, trying to find the other ones, and there's gobs of them. There's this one, the gold one, a blue-faced one, and then there is the bottom here, Pete. These are the tops. So when it folds over, it'll be, where'd that slip go? So when it folds over, the bottom's going to look like this. It'll have these little notches in them, and then the top is going to be curved like that. Because I know you said you wanted a curved top on it. So the top will be curved, and then the bottom will have these little scallop pieces out. With the thickness of leather that I use, if I didn't do these scallop pieces, they'd be bulged out real bad on the bottom. And I think the scallop pieces make it a little more comfortable in the pocket as well, because you don't have like a sharp edge. So that's how it's going to look, if that's what you were talking about. Seppi Dog's here. What's up, James? Another James, another good friend of mine. Let's finish running this out. Got some new mallets over the holidays. This one that I'm using, the wife got me. And it's like a pound. It's like not 1 point. It's like 19 ounces, so it's a little over a pound. Makes a big difference. And then this one I picked up myself, and it's a 1 pound. Really nice to have the two heavier, because the ones that I had were like really, really light. So, all right, Pete. So you're game with that. If you're not game with it, I can do another one if you want it squared on the bottom, and then this one I'm sure I could sell. So if you're not happy with it, brother, just let me know. It's the same shape as the one that you had commented that you like, so I went with it that way. So on these edges here, I've got it tilted so we don't get a full impression. I'm sure I got it turned right, because this is where I would mess up. So I have to lean it almost. and it gives like a faint impression on the side here. And then when I do the border stamp all the way around, it'll all kind of fade in and look really nice and clean. I'll turn my excuse me. And then the same over here as well. And then the top and the bottom is going to be the same kind of thing. You have to lean it so we're not doing a full impression. This needs to be leaned just a little bit more and get more skull. Here we go. And then the bottom, and then we'll run this border. So there's the skull. Yeah, Cliff, man, let me know. I'd love to do you another one. Love it, man. So now we're going to do the scallop border. Get it knocked out real quick. Tools floating around. What we got? Balls have stuck to the lawn. Let's put that one up there for everybody to see. Mr. Dave. Custom buck. What was that one, Travis? Sneak peek at custom buck. Bro, it looks the same as it did the last time you saw it. I've got to set some time aside because I've got that and I've got some sod busters that need to be done. And then a couple of rehandles for people that aren't, not my stuff. And I just need to get it done, dude. I've been grinding so hard on the leather, and every time I think I've got some time, I guess I get more orders. So I've got to set some time aside, bro. It's sitting in there on top of my cabinet in the house, still in the same spot, man. Always Mikey's fault, bro. Like at this point, I'm gonna have to order belts for my grinder and some other stuff to do it. I got the wood. The wood's already set aside. I've got the dye for the wood because I couldn't find anything that I was happy with. I'm just gonna have to hand dye it. just gonna have to do it, dude. I thought I would work on it over the Christmas break, and then, man, I didn't have any Christmas orders, and then all of a sudden, bam, I had a bunch of Christmas orders, and then this big uh, custom hip quiver I got ordered. Um, it your hands feel like arthritis. Just like, yeah, mine will get pretty bad by the end of this video. Something I've been working on is not holding these tools as hard. Like putting a death grip on them, it just wears my hands out. My fingers go numb. Especially my right hand. I broke my wrist 2 or 3 times without getting it fixed or looked at. It has not done me any favors. So, and out of view. Let me get y'all back in view. I'll have to change the camera view before next week. This is going to be a weekly thing. Might end up having some people on. I've talked to kind of an up and coming knife maker here in the States. Kind of mentioned it to him if he'd like to come join, because I've mentioned about wanting to do a collaboration with one of his custom knives and do some really nice leather for something that he's done. He said, "Oh yeah, for sure." And then it kind of mentioned maybe joining a live. He's like me, not very technologically inclined. So where are we at on the chat? The Americans must see our chat and be thinking to themselves what the actual. Oh, Travis, I know, man. I feel bad, Travis. I really do, dude. I've had that thing for way too long, but it's like we talked about it, made the deal. You've already paid me for it, and then like leather took off. So I'm just gonna have to set some time aside and get these last couple of knife projects done, and then I can 100% concentrate on leather. So other than maybe some personal projects or something like that. All right, so there's the front. Front's all knocked out. I think I'm gonna have to do another light or something. Does that come in pretty clear? Oh, the slip I did for Mikey, yeah. Those are fun. The ones that I did for all you guys were really fun to do. Now, what do I want to do on the back? Do we want to do a standard basket weave? I don't want to cut it. It's too small to do my hand cut one. Man, appreciate it, Sean. We're good, man. The wife finally got over being sick. She got sick right after Christmas, and she got strep throat. So, oh come on, so, but she's good now. She's back to her sassy self. What's up, jerk? Hope you're doing all right. What do I want to do on the back? Well, first I need to go around my logo. This has been a neat little addition to my logo is doing the scallop look around it. I'll show you what it looks like on this one because it's lighter. Doing that scallop look and then doing it a totally different color so it stands out. So yeah, man, yeah, we were touch and go. We were touch and go there for a little bit, as she says. But she's back to her normal self. She's actually uh, sitting in the living room finishing up a crocheting project. So she's took to the crocheting about like I have with the leather work. And who would have thought this time last year in January that we would be where we're at now? Because this time last year I had just took the took the leap of doing the leather and stopped doing the, I guess what you could call like a second job. I was doing the DoorDash and had just made the leap doing leather, and I was just doing slips at that point, like real simple slips. But everybody liked them, so I did them, and then um, I decided, look, if I'm gonna do this, we're gonna do this, and really, really started concentrating on it and learning different techniques and tooling and just immerse myself in it. And now I'm sending stuff all over the world. There's stuff in the UK, hopefully some stuff in Australia here before too long. Had a fella in Japan reach out for a belt. Um, he said maybe February when I don't know what he does, but he said he works away from home for a month and then is off. It's almost like he's in the oil industry or something. Like he's not home but 2 or 3 weeks at a time, and then he's back at work and like not home. So he said in February when he's back, he will get a hold of me about doing a build. So, all right, there's our logo done up. Yeah, the Millennium Bug, bro. I don't even want to talk about that Millennium Bug. That was the stupidest thing. What kind of stamp do we want to do on Pete's basket? I like these. These are really cool. It's an offset, not offset. Instead of it being a square like this one, it flares out. Gives a really cool effect. I may do that small one because that small one you get more basket weave into the project. So we'll go and do. Oh, I didn't run these edges. It's actually now from where I uh, case the leather. It's just now like perfect because it's burnishing when you work it. So I've gotten to where I can figure out like how hard to hit it when it's still probably a little too wet. Um, that didn't sound right. Uh, as far as the leather being cased too much, and because if it's not cased enough and it's still too wet, it'll distort real bad. Um, Sean, I heard that, man. Nice friends are my best friends. It seems that way. I don't have, I mean, outside of the community, man, it's about all I got. I don't have a whole lot of friends outside of the knife world, so or leather world now seems to be. I'm making more and more friends in the leather world, so yeah, I think we'll do this little one. Just run this along the straight line. Just spin it around. Stop here in a minute. I can show y'all this new belt that I just got tooled yesterday. I really need to get into the dye and paint, because that is a pretty big project. The guy has ordered it's a hip quiver and belt match, and the belt turned out fantastic. Can't wait to do the quiver. I'll turn this heat off. It got warm. I got this big old thick flannel. Y'all looking for Pete? Pete probably fell asleep. Pete, UK Pete, not Jersey Pete. Poor Pete, man, had a rough day a couple of days ago. He's out walking his dogs and got in a fight and then lost the dog overnight. And man, poor fella. Get this basket done and then I'll show you all that belt. That's really the route I want to go. I'll always do slips and sheaths and stuff like that, but man, get outside of the nice stuff with leather work, man, and like sky's the limit. I want to get into custom horse tack and repairs and stuff like that. With my daughter riding and being in and out of the barn, this barn over here in town. Got lots of connections. Mess that up. Let's see how it looks. I have to do a different border. Go ahead and do that. Maybe, well, I don't think it's going to be noticeable. If it's noticeable, I'll redo the whole thing. Pretty good. Nah, you won't notice it. Good deal. There. Ah, I guess it timed out or something. I don't know. So in by the end of 2026, I'm gonna have, it's called a Cobra Class 4 machine, big heavy duty. Will sew like an inch of leather. And mainly that's to do 2-layer belts, all this harness work that I'm wanting to do, all that stuff. Um, so I was talking to this guy. He was just buying one, and he's just adding to his fleet of machines. Um, and so we were talking. He's been doing it for a long time. I'm a rookie compared to some of these guys in the tooling world, leatherworking world. Um, so I was telling him about, somebody had asked me about, how do you know when you've like made it, or you're actually getting somewhere. And I told him, I was like, honestly, I think when you can make a mistake and then fix it without having to throw the piece away, I think that's a good sign that you're getting there. And I've been able to fix a lot of stuff here recently, and you not notice it. It's not fixing it; it's just making it work. So it's like anything else. I mean, just kind of go with it. Look how nice this small basket looks on these smaller projects. It's because you can get so much more of it in there. So cool, that's our basket. That's all of our basket load. Bro, I prefer dogs to the majority of people. I totally understand that. Let's highlight that one. That's a good one. I bet Sean, I'm just seeing some of these. I bet Sean would be a good dog. I bet he'd be a good loyal dog. Poor Sean. But y'all are cat people, though, aren't you, Sean? Y'all got cats, if I'm not mistaken. I know you just got the one. Like Bob Ross used to say in his paintings, I believe it goes to say in leather work as well. Yep, Cliff, you got that right, man. Yep. I heard a saying one time about dogs that you can lock your dog and your wife in the trunk of the car, leave them for a couple hours. You open your trunk, the dog's gonna be happy to see you. Wife, not so much. I don't know where I heard that. I don't know if that was a Red Green or who said that. I'll not lock them all away from the trunk, that's for sure. Nor my dog. My dog's all right. He's a little lazy. Like the next couple of days are going to be full of painting and dyeing. Hope Grunt's taking notes. Don't. Yeah, Sean. I like to think so. That's what I'm treating it as. I'm treating it like when I went through apprenticeship school 20 something years ago when I learned the electrical trade. Even though I'm not apprenticing with anybody per se, I'm trying to learn all I can. I was kind of hoping Griff would be watching, man. I wanted him to critique me while I was working. Sean, let's. Oh, I agree with that. We just got the one. The wife tried to get another one today while we were at the convenience center dropping our trash off. There was a big old white female, and I was talking to my buddy that works there. And he said, "No, you can't have my cat, man. She gets all the mice and stuff." So we don't have the room, man. I want to get another cat, but we don't have the room right now. We get into our forever house and we'll get another one. We both want a Maine Coon and a hairless cat. I love those hairless cats. Be even better if it was a hairless Sphinx. It's got the big ears. Yeah, a Maine Coon and a hairless cat. That's what I want. Cracking me up, Sean. And we just kind of run. And didn't. I was going to do that basket weave and then show you all the belt. There it is. See, you can see the difference and see how light all the tooling is here, and then it's much darker and burnished there. That's just the difference in the casing. Can't beat a ball one. Got that right. So that one's tooled. That one is done. So I think what I'll do is one day this week I'll sit and dye and paint. Just show y'all this belt. If you follow me on my social medias outside of YouTube, I think I've shown this already, but this is a 2-inch wide belt. Like I said, it's going in an archery quiver. So he's a huge University of Miami fan, so he wanted that. And then it goes into a really nice basket weave in a panel. And then I changed it up instead of having straight lines. I just did that right there. And then I'll start from the other side, actually. Let's see here. So there's my logo. The logo got done upside down, but it was the last thing I did. So he owns an archery shop, and his archery shop is called Max Archery. So it's got his name on the back. And he's going to wear this lopsided or offside. So I set it where it's not in the middle, it's off to one side. It's because when he wears this, the Max Archery will still be like square in the middle of his back, probably. Lord, cracking me up. So yeah, man. I also had a fella reach out to me about doing a belt. He's a bigger guy. I'll put some stuff out here for y'all to look at. We'll just chit chat now. So he's a bigger guy, and he had reached out to me about a pocket slip for a Panama trapper, and he said, "How did it go?" He had seen some of my early work on somebody's video on Bubba's EDC. Bubba had shown some flips I'd done for him the beginning of this year almost. And so I was like, well, if you like those, look through my Instagram and then look and see what I'm doing. And he's like, oh my God, this is like totally different. And he's like, what, you do belts? I'm like, yeah, I do belts. And so he said, we talked about the price of a belt. He's like, well, it's probably going to be extra for me because I'm a bigger guy. Mike, I don't care. I've been talking about how you can do a belt for any size person. So I was like, I'll tell you what I'll do. Since you're my first like big belt, I'll do you the same price as a normal size belt. So, um, like this is going to be a big belt. I would say probably with the weight and his measurements that he told me, I say this is probably going to be a 60 something inch belt. So I told him I'd do the same price, just so I can show like, hey, it doesn't matter what size you are, I'll do your belt. Don't matter. So can I scroll up in this chat? Oh, I can. Goes really fast though. See you, James. So, Jason Beecher, what's up, Jason? Um, so he said that he would get with me either Monday or Tuesday. He had some stuff he needed to return, some truck parts or something. I don't know. So hopefully that works out because I'd really like to do that. And he wants floral pattern with peaches and crosses because he's in Georgia. So I guess I'll show a knife. We ain't talked about knives. It's a leather show, not a knife show. No, knives are still going to be a part of the channel, just not the main focus. So if y'all are just getting in here, let me see how I can do this. There we go. So this is one of the skull slits that I've done. I did two. One of them sold. This one didn't go anywhere, so I guess I'm gonna carry it. I didn't even burnish the edges, man. I was so excited to have them done. So inside this is a chestnut bone 32 Stockman in CV, the coveted CV, and this is a 9 dot, so it's 2021. So I was really happy to get this. I don't have any chestnut bone. All I have is amber bone and yellow, and then all of my vintage stuff. I got that in the trade, and then also in the trade, I got a. No, I can adjust my light now that I fixed it. All right, I like that light better. So I got this yellow sow belly. This one's in carbon steel. So super nice. This is a 5 dot. So is that 5? It's got the edge. So yeah, 5 dot. So this is a new knife last year. So it's gonna go great in my yellow collection. I've been looking for one. And these Tony Bow sow bellies, man, they're pricey. They're even for the yellows, they're $80. Um, Jason, what are you talking about? Lord have mercy. So these are my two carries today, split, and then one of my pocket organizers. I haven't done any more of these big ones. I've got one I need to do. I think I'm going to omit this pocket, and then change the shape of the pin pocket just to differentiate, because there's a few people that do them, and I want to make it different. I may scoop this out a little bit more because sometimes you get in there and then you can't get them out. So I'm going to change it up a little bit. The people that I know that do these are all kind of working off the same pattern that you can find on Etsy. But it is not for the faint of heart to put these together because it is a pain in the butt. You got to sew this one, and then there's a seam behind the pin. You got to sew it and fold all this part aside and sew it down to here and stop. And then you got to sew this and stop. And then you got to sew the rest of it. Then make it all look good. So I need to change it up a little bit. I wanted to do the bigger ones so I can carry my bigger knives. So this one's patinaed really nice. So yeah, that's all I carry today. No moderns. I think I might actually get rid of all my moderns. I've got a Spyderco PM2, no PM3. Might get rid of it, do some trading on it, and then I got an old Benchmade Griptilian, full size Griptilian, but it's how much is one of the organizers, Cliff? The organizers are $60, and that will get you just a single color, and I'll throw your initials in on it if you want your initials. And that's it. For if you want to do a couple of different colors, maybe add a little bit of tooling, probably 70 for the big ones, 70 for both. They're 60 each. I do a small one too, and then the big ones are 60. I mean, it's the same amount of time, just a little bit more material. And then if you want to add any extra custom touches, it'll be a little bit more. But other than that, $60 for a single color. So, what was I saying? I was saying something. I think I'm just rambling on. So yeah, $60, Cliff. You got my number, or you know how to get a hold of me. Just hit me up if you're interested. So if it didn't take so long to sew them, I would do them cheaper. But it probably takes. The first one I sewed, it took me 45 minutes, and but now that I've done a couple of them, it's not as bad. So that's all I've got. Unless y'all got something you want to talk about, I don't have. That's all I set out to do. We tooled that slit for Pete, skull slit with the little basket weave. This one turned out really nice. Dang, Pete. I may have to make another one and keep this one. And then showed y'all some slips. Showed you the belt. Yeah, I made you a slip, Sean. That was a cool one to do. That was the first oval shape one I'd ever done, and the only one as of right now that I've done. So that was the first oval one. And before I do another one, I'm going to refine that pattern a little bit. I've gotten rid of all of my drawing and drafting stuff that I've had over the years, and so I picked up some stuff, some compasses, and some of those, I don't know what they're called, the plastic sheets that have all the circles in it. I picked all that stuff back up. So I want to refine that a little bit more before I do another one. But that one was fun. That was a cool one. But yeah, going forward this year, I want to do a video. I don't know. I'll probably do one this next week or the week after. Kind of talk about the channel changes, I guess. I've really been doing leather for forever now, but really it's going to be focused on it. Knives are still a thing. I still collect them, still fool with them, but leather is going to be in the channel. That's going to be the focus of the channel. Tony, I appreciate it, man. Mikey, appreciate your brother. But it's so much more than slips. I mean, wallets, belts. Basically, if you can make it out of leather, I'm going to do it. So here's one of my early minimalist wallets. You can put a little cash in there, hold about 6 cards. Just something super simple. There's a few of these floating around. Man, it's so much more than slips, which I love doing slips. Don't get me wrong. That's what got me started. I'll always do slips. I'll always do sheaths, pancake sheaths, stuff like that. But yeah, I'd love to get some belts over in the UK for all you UK guys. Man, you can put anything on a belt, just like any of the slips and stuff that I've done. You can do anything. So, but yeah, I think that's gonna be it. I'm gonna stop rambling and go in here and try to sort some dinner out. Have an early night. Guys, I appreciate all of y'all being here. And next Sunday, we're going to do it again. I think every Sunday we're going to do it at 3. Like seeing all my UK guys in here, along with my US guys. Yeah, till next time, we'll talk to y'all later, guys. Peace.